Pretty neat, how about that? This is an 1 3/16 hole punch. In the electronics world, you used to call them chassis punches, but we don't punch chassis anymore. They're also available in 1 1/4 1.5 conduit. If you decide you want to buy one of these, make sure it's not 1 1/4 conduit, because 1 1/4 is not the outside diameter of 1 1/4 conduit. Now this one has an extra large nut on it and a ball bearing drive. Normally you only use them in larger sizes. This is a punch or die, and it's exactly the diameter across here, well, the diameter of the hole you want to punch. When you punch a hole, a piece of what you punched will be in here. See how it's concave? That's because the die, or the punch, has these little high spots on it. So it assumes the shape of the die. Then we have the cup. The inside diameter of this is just a few thousandths bigger than the hole. And when I push these together, press them together, they punch. And the two clicks or snaps you heard are these shallow spots finally cutting through. One of these spots, remember we begin with this high point, we end here, snaps off before the other. I'm not sure why. They're pulled together by tightening them up on this shaft. Of course, I wasn't rotating this, I was rotating the shaft. Now, these punches come, this is 3/8 inch. They come much smaller diameters are 1/4 inch, and much larger diameters are 3/4 inch. Like I said, this is a ball bearing assembly that I purchased extra. Otherwise you should lubricate this and this little thing here. These things are available on eBay. Just be careful to buy conduit. If you the same punch, you make a round hole. But buy conduit die if you're going to use conduit, and an inch marked die if you want to punch a specific diameter hole. They also have a hydraulic pulling tool, only in the bigger sizes. That it might be a 5/8 thread, and I said 3/4. That pulls this in. There's a hydraulic cylinder here, pulls it in. You would do that if they were much bigger. There's also 4 little tiny lines here. You see that line? One every 90 degrees. That's why on this front panel I have these lines. If you line up 3 of these lines with 3 of the quadrant marks on the die, or on the cup rather. There's one. Then your hole, when it's punched, will be centered on the... Now it's perfectly clean. A little bit of sharpness on the upper edge. We're pulled up through the inside. It's perfectly smooth on the bottom. There's a little bit of an edge there. I started using these way back when I was punching holes for tube sockets. I guess I should say they make, other than round ones, the ones that are not round are keyed, because if they're oblong, you can't, the circle doesn't need lined up. But a uniquely shaped punch has to be lined up. Most common, I have one, is the diameter of a single outlet, but it's flattened on both sides. So you can make a double D opening, or two openings, one above the other, or beside the other, to accept a duplex receptacle. Look up hole punch or chassis punch on eBay and see what they cost.